first edition of Impact Southwest Economic Development Symposium, held on the 18th of November 2015 in Ibadan, was organized by the twin sister institution of Impact Business School and Impact Business Radio, the Nigeria's first business radio. Essentially, the symposium was geared at creating a unique vehicle for promoting greater understanding of the real and practical issues involved in creating personal, organizational, community and societal economic freedom, which would facilitate meaningful and impactful living for the southwest geopolitical zone of Nigeria. In his address, the convener, Owolabi Oladejo, said the symposium is designed to bring Nigerians, technocrats, professionals, among others, together to discuss topical subjects in Nigerian economy and Nigeria business life.
We at Impact Business Radio, we put together these to be able to bring eminent people to think of practical ways to solving the problem of Southwest. We are here mainly to answer the question, Southwest, what went wrong? We are here mainly to find an answer to the question, Southwest, what went wrong? And to attempt to say, what is the way forward? All we are here to do is to ask ourselves. We've been very passionate, very nostalgic about our past in Southwest. An area that had the fortune of developing agri to the extent of having cocoa house, that use agri to give free education. Perhaps for such a program, people like me may not have the opportunity of studying before you. A region that had the first electronic broadcasting service in Africa, developed the best stadium called Liberty Stadium, now Obafemi Awolowo, that paid the highest wages in Nigeria at a particular time. How did we get to this sorry state? That even our government cannot pay their workers. We have a group of people that sat down together and ensured that people like me, that perhaps would have been hopeless, have hope. So the question I want Baba Kolada is to answer, and each and every one of us has to say. The question I want Tokunbo Ajasin to answer, the question I want Lekan Alabi to answer is this the way you want to live Southwest?
Owolabi further purged his mind about his dream of making Southwest a more developed nation.
I have something burning in my heart. And what is burning in my heart is this: Southwest must return to where it belongs.
Meanwhile, in his remark, the chairman of the program, Basharun Koladaisi, emphasized the essence of change in this era of our developing nation.
At this historic point in time in our country's history, when change, positive change, is becoming a credo and a way of life, as well as a course in which the leadership and the citizenry of Nigeria appear to be spiritually and spontaneously connected in the desire for positive, pragmatic, and visible change.
Managing Director of ISEDE Motors, Demola Adeojo, representing his father, Chief Michael Adeojo, who spoke on taxation and commerce, said that the key to prosperity in the Southwest lies on giving and receiving, likening this act to the rule of nature.
This relationship between giving and receiving and the connection between the two is replicated and it reverberates throughout our universe and in every facet of life imaginable. For this is the very building block of the construction of life, prosperity as we know it. And if we want to be prosperous in the Southwest, we better understand how this wisdom works. In this vein, consider these other relationships that would make my point clearer. the male giver, the female receiver, and the connection between the two, marriage leading to life or procreation. Look at the manufacturer, giver, the consumer, receiver, and the connection between the two, the chains of distribution that brings products into the hands of the consumer, that they may have a better life, prosperity.
Adeojo further stated that reputable givers in any nation or society are the government, which he said is imperative that the Southwest government must function properly in their role as a catalyst for development, as well as become self-sufficient.
It is absolutely crucial that our state governments learn how to become self-sufficient in the running of their own state by putting in place developmental programs that will gradually make them to be less reliant on handouts from the center, the federal government, until such a time when they no longer need to rely on the funds from the center to run their respective states. If a state government is not self-sufficient, then I make bold to say that it will be nigh an impossible task to ask them to fulfill their roles as principal givers when all they know how to do is to receive. Think about that deeply. A state government that is self-sufficient is a state government that is poised to take the next steps of transforming the lives of its citizens.
He also added that if the government does not know the information about the capacity of the state's natural resources and the level of skills available in the state and the market size, it would be hard for prosperity in the Southwest to happen unless the Southwestern states harness their operations.
State governments will therefore begin to synergize, working together. Ondo, Osun, Oyo, Lagos, Ekiti, all will begin to synergize because they have come to understand each other's capacity. Where one is lacking, they will see how and where the other one has the strength or the capacity. So with this synergy in place with industry players, then we can begin to think back to the time when economies ran by trade and barter. If the Southwestern states want to collaborate, then they must do so with a trade and barter mindset.
However, Adeojo said that each state government, along with the industry, should understand their role and act as a catalyst while utilizing the capacity within their respective states.
In partnership with industry, the natural process of conversion of those people in the informal sector to the formal sector will take place. The aim of every state in the Southwest, in my opinion, should be to take steps to dismantle the informal sector and by so doing lift the quality of life of its citizens by having access to improved products, better customer service, and appropriate, excellent service delivery.
While delivering a speech on agriculture beyond food is wealth, the Executive Director, Bank of Agriculture, Babatunde Igun, who spoke on behalf of Professor Dambala Danjo, said that it is a shame that Southwest State also pitched for bailout fund on the grounds that there is lack of fund to pay salary. He expressed displeasure that agriculture, which has been the live wire of Southwestern states, has now been abandoned for what cannot suffice, not even a state any longer.
The fund for building University of Ife camp from agriculture.
WNTV, WNBS, first in Africa, was right here in Western region. From where did the money come? From agriculture. The skyscraper in Ibadan, Cocoa House, those days. Where did the money come from? From agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem in Nigeria, the problem in Southwest, started to creep in when we begin to downplay agriculture.
Statistics has shown that Nigeria ranks among the poorest nations in the world. In spite of significant growth in Nigeria, poverty still remains significant at 33.1%, which contradicts the claims that the Nigerian economy is better than that of South Africa, as South Africa is believed to be more developed. Additionally, Professor Danju made it known that by 2050, it is projected the Nigerian population would have swollen up to 400 million, which will require not less than 70% increase in food production.
We need to realize that oil contributes only 50% of our GDP. But 70% of Nigeria's total receipts and 90% of external earnings are also from oil. But agriculture contributes 35% of GDP, and it employs 70% of the population. And evidence has shown that the easiest and the surest way to create jobs in any economy is through agriculture. Southwestern government, let us rethink and go back to agriculture.
It further stated that youth who are suffering from unemployment are willing to venture into agriculture, provided they are empowered.
To wish away and explain away our failure to provide jobs for our youth, we say Nigerian youths, Nigerian graduates are unemployable. That is a statement that I'm pleading that we should change. Nobody will get BSc electrical engineering today and you throw him to NEPA and say you should go and talk to the electricity and do something. You will do that. So nobody is employable until that person is provided with something and trained.
Bank of Agriculture, where Professor Danju manages, provides credit support, inculcating banking habits as loans are accessed by persons interested in farming without collateral to start their agricultural business.
We inculcate banking habits at the grassroots. We have a microcredit product. These are small loans on which a new person interested in farming can start, and we provide loan up to 250,000 naira without collateral to start the agricultural business.
He, however, urged the Southwesterners to return to the days of agriculture.
Let's go back home to Southwest. We should return to the day when the universities of Ife, WNTV, WNBS, Cocoa House, and so on were set up from funds generated from it. It is the best way to go to provide jobs for our teeming youths, to provide industrial raw material, and catalyze growth and development in the system.
Lamenting the position of the Southwest state among other nations with regards to manufacturing, the Group Managing Director, Dunlop Group, Mr. Mohammed Yunusa, blamed the low level of manufacturing on the Nigerian politics. He said that what manufacturing contributes to Nigeria was appreciably effective to Nigerian economy in the recent past.
Manufacturing used to contribute about 40% to Nigerian GDP. Agri, which the previous speaker spoke about so fluently, used to contribute another 40%. And the rest of them used to contribute 20%. Because definitely, for you to develop as an economy, if your agri is weak and your manufacturing is weak, no matter what else you try to do, the probability that you are going to develop is very severe. But today, manufacturing is down to less than 4%. I've only used 4 just to make it to sound poetic. I think it's about 3 points. 6% thereabout. So we dropped from 40% to 4%. The next point to ask ourselves is, why did this happen? Because each time we castigate ourselves as Nigerians, we don't tend to get to the root of why it is happening.
UNISA equally highlighted that politics has superiority over economy of the state, adding that Europe is divided between East and West in terms of development, which practice communism and capitalism respectively, and are now doing the job of the black man.
Everybody is supposed to provide what is capable of providing, and the government centrally shares it out according to your needs. Capitalism seems to rhyme more with human nature. A human being will only work hard if he has to. It's only abnormal human beings, like you and I, perhaps, who like working. The average human being, whether green, yellow, brown, or white, does not like work. He only works because he has to survive. So there is a sharp difference between the quality of life in Eastern Europe and the quality of life in Western Europe. When you go to Europe today, you will see a lot of people from Eastern Europe who are doing the jobs hitherto being done by black people in hotels. They are now the cleaners in Europe.
He, however, argued that abundance of state as well as large amount of appointments are what affect the growth of the nation, as there are less resources available to run these offices, urging the southwestern state to fuse into one region, as Nigeria is easily manageable with a maximum of 6 states.
We have destroyed all our value. In 1963-66, we had only 3 regions. Later we had 4. Now you have 36. Do you have the resources to get over that overheads? We're not talking about development. Nobody's asking this question. If you now come to Western Nigeria, we used to have only 1 governor for what is now 8 states, if you add the Midwest people to it. Even if you remove them, 6 people are now doing the work of 1 person. Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, all of them, they are doing the work of 1 person. How can you balance? It's not possible. They used to have 12 commissioners in the whole of Western region. Today, how many? 120. In that same small space. So it's not possible. You can't do it. It's not possible for you to make it. It's not possible. Because you are spending all your money on overheads rather than thinking of development. They used to have only 20 legislators here in Ibadan. Now they have how many? 120. What are we looking for?
He also advocated true federalism as a panacea to Nigeria problems.
I'm saying that the name of our country is Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm sure most people think that that federal is a guy name. No. It is reality. That is the only system of governance we can follow, given our background, that we can optimize our capacities. Any other thing we do, we are likely to have problems.
Tourism, they say, has been part of man's activities from time immemorial, as man always sees that need for traveling either for pleasure and for business. It is in this enterprising respect that informs Mr. Fadipe Ashamu's X-ray on how tourism can be a means of development. The former permanent secretary in Lagos, who spoke on culture and tourism as a factor of social and economic development, made it known that if proper attention is focused on developing tourist centers of the Southwest, it will largely contribute to the development of the Yoruba nation.
It is important to state that sustainable development hinges on a number of factors, particularly as regards to tourism. 1, on natural and cultural resources. It is important for us to know that our cultural and natural resources are important elements for our development. If we must develop tourism, we must protect our environment. We must develop our resources to the need of the visitors. We must also make sure that our life are protected. We must ensure that our natural resources like the waterfalls, hills, slave routes, and so on and so forth are protected. Besides that, environmental quality. We must protect our environment if we want to develop tourism. Nobody will come to a dirty environment.
Ashamu said that tourist attraction centers in the southwest, such as Ikogusi Warm Spring in Ekiti, beaches, parks, museums, cultural centers, structures, and other notable places that abound in the southwest are well enough to contribute meaningfully to the economy of the southwest. He stated that since people not only travel for recreation, but also prefer to go to places that give them full satisfaction, business conference tourism attracts large number of visitors, which have made many nations and cities tourist-receiving destinations. These include convention centers, hotels, resorts, event centers, good road networks, and airports to meet the demand of business travel.
Lagos and Ibadan has what it takes to promote, to develop international conferences. International conferences can be done in the two. All we need to do is to set up convention and visitor bureau for the 6 regions. Let a professional who knows about it manage. Then they go into a negotiation with conferences bidders around the world. People will come.
He hung his argument on youth empowerment in the areas of tourism through proper training, which will contribute to the success of tourism and thereby boost the southwest economy.
For tourism to succeed like every other business, you must empower the youth. Train them appropriately in areas that is connected with this industry, because the industry generates a lot. When visitors come, Yelepa matter, Yolukuku matter, so many things. Our own delicacy, they will eat it and they survive. It does not mean that you must have a big land. No. A street in Ibadan can be converted to a tourist destination where people all over the world will come. You get everything, culture, food, attractions, so many things. You bring them there, and people will come. They will pay, as long as their lives are protected. The most important aspect of a destination is ability to succeed and place emphasis on community well-being and environmental protection. If we develop tourism and the local community are not benefiting, there is no point developing it. If you have to develop tourism and the natural side is to be destroyed, oh, please do not do so, because it's people's heritage you are destroying.
It is no more news that Nigerians and those due to pay taxes do so in order to avoid the payment of tax. Meanwhile, the essence of taxation is set to enable people pay for public goods and services provided by the government, which cannot be done individually. Mrs. Morenike Babington Ashaye, who was the former chairman Ogun State Board of Internal Revenue and CEO SS, said that taxation is directly related to development.
Taxation regime, therefore, is to enable people to pay for public goods and services provided by the government, which of course cannot be done by them individually. The essence of taxation, therefore, is to provide the funds to build a decent society where each person is able to actualize his or her right to self-development.
She also added that taxation cannot be neglected as it cuts across all facets of life of humans.
Taxation affects every spectrum of the society, be it political, economic, and social. The tools of taxation have been used to uplift political administration, economic activities, and improve social life of citizens. Hence the idiom, taxation is as sure as death.
Mrs. Ashaye made it known that in order to secure the generation of tax revenue, there must be political will, as well as making the tax system flexible, and deliberate attempt by government at all levels to ensure social welfare for the citizens.
In order to create economic prosperity for the states, items on the exclusive legislative list must be revisited. The right to impose tax must also be reviewed. It is not enough for the federal legislature to make laws on taxation and hand them over to states for implementation. It's not going to work.
She also lamented the state of the country in relation to social issues, of which development cannot be judged by the affluent, rather by the standard living of the poor, whereas poverty has ravaged the society, which has led to a great mistrust between the government and the people.
There is a great mistrust among the people with regards to the use of public revenue. When we consider societal values and the use of tax revenue, the people want to see that the welfare of the elderly, the disabled, the orphans, the widows, the needy in the society are paramount in policy making of the government. I therefore ask the question, what standard of living have we built or should we build for our people? What is our perception of a Nigerian? What is our plan for today and tomorrow for our society?
Babington Ashai, however, proposed a blueprint which will contribute to the discourse on taxation and development in Nigeria. She believed that if this blueprint is followed closely, it will positively contribute to social, economic and political development in Nigeria.
My proposal is to create a system whereby state revenue can be allocated in the following manner. 50% should be retained by the state at the state level, 10% to the local government, 20% to the federal government, and 20% to a sovereign wealth account established for states which are in need to borrow and pay back with 3% interest rate for administrative use. That 3% interest rate is 1% for administration and 2% return on investment for the state contributing to the sovereign wealth account.
Mrs. Ashai added that to develop this proposal further, each tier of government should, in turn, allocate these resources into 4 areas, including 10% of the administration, 30% for infrastructure, 20% for facilities, while 40% will go for welfareism. She assured that this will guard government and remove improper allocation of resources, and then a review can be made in every 5 years. The Impact Southwest Economic Development Symposium, ISEDE 2015, has been described as a success, and steps are being made to organize the symposium biannually. Ibrahim Shita reporting for Impact TV News.